Hello guys, today I'm going to show you guys how to draw an anime male head. So let's get started. So first off, let's start with a circle, and that is going to be the head, like the sketch of the head, and then a vertical line for the center of the head. And so it's going to be symmetrical, of course. And then we're going to draw the cheek, and it's really hard to explain how the cheek should look like, but it's basically 4 lines. This is like the most common way to draw the cheek, I think. Or someone may add the 5th line for a flat cheek, but for this boy, I'm going to leave him with a sharp cheek. A not very sharp one, but yeah. And then of course we are going to draw the 2 lines for the neck. And how thick the neck is gonna be is it really depends on what kind of anime it is, what kind of style you're going for, and how masculine he is, how muscular, and stuff like that. And I'm just going to let him have this thickness. And then 2 lines for the I don't know what it's called, but it's just like the shoulder, the first part of the shoulder. And then his shoulder is going to be around this wide. You know, the younger he is, the narrower his shoulder is going to be. That's like the rule. And of course it also depends on what kind of style you're going for, but this is pretty common, this size of shoulder. And I think I'm going to draw a teenager boy or something like that, so this size is pretty okay actually. And then I'm going to just zoom in a little bit to draw the eyes. So in the center of the head you are going to draw a line, and you know, in real life the eyes is going to be on the center of the head, but in anime I personally like to draw the upper line in the center of the head, so his eyes are going to be a little bit lower than what it's going to be in real life, in reality. And let me just zoom in a little bit more. And for the eyes, you just gonna draw a straight line following the line of the center of the head, and then a little slant line here and one here too. And then I'm just going to give him a iris, a pretty big one, and then a line for the bottom of the eye, just like that. Maybe I'm going to give him a little bit bent line, a little bent line there. I'm not gonna like, it's not gonna be like straight, like completely straight. But anyway, let's go on to the eyelid. It's just a line, a short line above the upline of the eye, and then of course the eyebrow. For the eyebrow, I'm just going to give him a very normal one. Like, someone might draw some really strange things, but I'm just going to draw a very normal teenager in this tutorial. So I'm just going to copy this over to the other side of this line, and I try to keep everything symmetrical, but it's actually really hard to do so. But you know, nobody is completely symmetrical, so it's okay if it's a little bit unsymmetrical, I don't know what it's called. Asymmetrical, yeah, asymmetrical is the word. And by the way, this eyebrow was a little bit too high, and I'm going to give him a little bit longer eyebrow here too, a little bit longer there too. And actually I'm going to erase this and lower his eyebrow to give him a little bit more masculine look. And the eyes is going to be a little bit bent and also lower towards the center of the head. This is just to give him an even more masculine look. And then for the nose, I'm just going to draw 2 dots. There are many ways to draw a nose. Maybe I will do a tutorial on that later, but for this tutorial I'm just going to give him 2 dots. And then the mouth of this guy is going to be a smile, probably. Yeah, a smile, but this one is a little bit wrong. I'm going to give him a stronger smile. You know, when you draw him like up front and smiling to the camera directly, it will look a little bit strange. So most likely when you're drawing an anime or manga or whatever, it's very unusual that you will need to draw the character like looking at the camera, smiling so casually. Most of the time you're gonna have like many expressions and stuff, but you know, this is just a tutorial. And by the way, I forgot the eyelid. It's not very symmetrical. Okay, let's just leave it like that. Maybe I'll okay, and of course I forgot to color the iris. Okay, so it's not very hard. You're just gonna add a highlight there in the corner, and then draw something like this on both sides, and then you're just gonna color this whole thing. This is just my style of drawing the eye. You can like color the whole thing, it's up to you. It's really just a matter of preference, and maybe some would color this place a little bit, but again, it's just a preference and it's just a matter of style. So now we just need to wait. I'm just going to harden my, actually I'm gonna switch pencil to like make my lines more clearer and stronger. I'm just going to trace the lines, and then of course the mouth, I'm just going to, and the nose and the eye. I'm just basically tracing everything now. It's nothing special. I might want to do a time lapse on it, but you know, you don't want time lapse. I don't want time lapse in my videos, because I want to show you like real time how I do every single strokes. So if I'm taking a little bit too long time, bear with me, please. By the way, I drew 2 lines there, but whatever. This is okay. Then lastly, I'm going to add the hair. But before that, actually, I'm going to add the air. Okay, so the air is just something like that. Everybody knows how an air should look like, but that's how I draw the air. Okay, I'm gonna just copy that to the other side. And actually the form of the air is really not that important, to be honest, because people don't pay that much attention to the ears. So it might look strange to you if you pay attention to the ear, but if you just like, you know, be casual and don't pay too much attention to it, it will look very okay. And by the way, to draw the ears, I'm going to draw like that. Like that. That's how I'm going to draw the hair. And I'm just gonna do the same thing over here. It's just a bent line on top of the ear, and then like, I don't know what to call this, but just this kind of line, and then a line going up there. Well, it might be wrong if you look at your own hair. It's not gonna be like in real life. I don't. It's gonna look a little bit alike, but it's not gonna be exactly like what's in real life. But it's okay because most people don't know how the lines of the hair look like. So if you draw it a little bit wrong, it's still okay. So yeah. And let's draw the hair now finally. Okay, so for the hair, I'm just going to give him, I'm actually gonna give him a long hair, because most people draw the characters with short hair. No, actually no, I don't know. I'm just going to draw whatever. And for the hair, I've said it many times before, it's important that you have great flow, if you understand what I mean. It's like, you draw the lines, you have to like be fast and strong, and also have the natural look. And you also want to have some variations in how you draw the, these bunches of hair. I don't know what it's called. You want to have like, you don't want every single hair stroke or whatever to be the same. You want to have variations. So I'm just going to continue. This guy is gonna have quite long hair, I think, and his hair is gonna separate like in the center of the head, like something like that. And then I'm just gonna do one that points upwards, because it's only natural that there are something that is like, different. So I try to be as natural as possible. I repeat it so many times now, but it's really important. I think it's the hardest thing when you draw the hair of a character. It's to be natural. So sometimes your character is gonna have the hair, like you can see the hair behind the head, below the head. Sometimes you can't. It really depends on how long the hair of your character is. And this time he has a relatively long hair, so I'm gonna give him this. And then of course he looks a little bit strange because of this cheek is a little bit too. So I'm just gonna like decrease the size of his face. Now he looks much more natural. And then lastly, of course, I'm going to give him some clothes. And I know it's not a part of the head, but I'm just going to finish this tutorial with some clothes. And for the clothes, oh, by the way, a bug just flew onto my paper. I'm sorry, little guy, but I'm gonna do thing. Okay, now he went away, and we're gonna continue our tutorial. So for this tutorial, I'm going to give him I don't know what kind of clothes I want him to have. Maybe just a gym clothes, yeah, something like that. A very normal one, and it's sports tops. It's a sport tops. I don't know what to call it, but it's basically a top you wear when doing physical education. Yeah. So like that, and then downwards, and then you can't really see what kind of clothes it is, but it's what I said it is. So, and by the way, it do look a little bit strange now. I don't know what's the reason. Okay, so I'm just gonna like erase all the unnecessary lines I've made, and then it looks okay. I know it's a little bit it's the clothes is a little bit too mundane, but he's like, this is just a tutorial. I might want to make some fancy clothes the other time, but I'm just gonna leave it like that. And yeah, and lastly, of course, you just have to erase all the lines that you made when sketching the head, and we are actually done. So I might want to do a time lapse on how I draw every single line, but I'm just going to color this face. So of course I'm going to give him shadows behind the head, the hair of the hair behind the head, and then of course he's gonna have some shadows below his cheek, so like that, and then some shadows here, and I'm going to give him some shadow like hair below the hair. And by the way, this one I'm gonna make it a little bit clearer. I'm gonna switch pencil. I'm gonna redraw the line with the correct line, because here is where the line should have been. Okay, so I'm gonna continue on doing the shadowing, and it's just like that, I think. Yeah, something like that. I'm just gonna shadow everything here, and then shadow hair below the hair, because the hair is covering a little bit of the light. So and then shadows here, shadows below here, and no shadows there. And then of course shadows around the nose, and then a little bit of shadows below the mouth, and then some shadows here. I'm actually gonna just add shadows like this, and there's gonna be shadows. This is not really a shadow, this is like the shade of the hair. And it's no. I'm actually gonna just like give him a dark hair, like all over, and then I'm going to give highlight to the hair, like at the end, by erasing the shade, the color or whatever. I'm just gonna yeah, you know, just watch me do it. Okay, I'm giving him like a dark hair, and now I'm gonna like erase a part of it. But some people might do it like this, like now it's done, but you might want to do it like most people nowadays do, and is to give him something like this. And I know I'm really bad at, you know, drawing the shade myself, but it's basically like this. You just have to shade everything like around the highlight, and then some shades here, and maybe even here. So like that. Like, I don't know, I rarely do this, but that's how you should do the highlighting of the hair. Like most of the time I just leave the hair like with completely dark. I don't even bother to shadow it or give it some highlight, but this time, for the sake of you guys, I'm going to do it like maybe for the first time in my life. Okay, so, and then we are gonna add like this. Okay, and then maybe just like that. And then I'm gonna erase everything inside my highlight, and then I'm gonna just shade everything around my highlight. Now this looks a little bit strange because I've drawn like the lights, but no, this looks very okay actually. To be honest, this is like maybe my first time doing this, so I'm very satisfied. And then of course I think we're done actually, but I'm just gonna polish this a little bit by drawing like shadows for the ears, and then like giving him a dark clothes. Yeah, I'm just gonna give him a dark clothes. Like, then of course we could do some highlighting here too. No, maybe not, because no, most people only do highlight to the hair. Most people don't do highlights like the hair and the eye and maybe some glassy material, but highlights are not that often used. So we actually done. So I don't know what I'm gonna do, but this is done. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you learned something new, and hope you enjoyed my video. And if you want to see more, please subscribe to my channel. And by the way, I just found out it's 24 minutes. I use so much time. I'm sorry guys, I'll try to keep my tutorial shorter in the future, I think. If you guys what do you guys think? I don't know, just yeah, just saying what you guys think about these long videos, slow tutorial in the comment section below. And I will keep making more videos. So see you in the next video. Goodbye.